I will eat your heart. You will die at my hands. Found you.
So you may remember in my last video, I talked about one of my favorite EXE variants being PCX. In that video, I mentioned that I have two favorite EXEs, and today we're going to talk about my number one favorite EXE. That one being Sonic.Exe, or as you may know him, Crimsonx. Crimsonx was made by MY5T Crimson, who made the game based on the original story. The game was created 13th of August 2012, and to say the game had a lot of eyes on it would be an understatement. Channels like Markiplier, PewDiePie, Jacksepticeye were playing the game. It was pretty popular at the time. The character of Sonic.Exe, or in this video I'll be calling him Crimsonx, just looks like normal classic Sonic, except he has black and red eyes and keeps his red shoes unlike 2011X. He only has his three forms: his Faker, his Main, and his shadowy form, the one which he uses to fight Knuckles, which we'll talk about later. Crimsonx's voice actor was Shay Grell, who voiced him in later versions of the game, as the early versions of the game never had a voice, and was only text on a screen.
Hello. Do you want to play with me?
Crimsonx's personality, as you can guess, being Sonic.Exe, he's a twisted, evil, vicious and heartless entity. In mid-2011, the creature that would soon become Sonic.Exe was born within the void between dimensions. The creature was born within a cataclysm brought on by multiple forms of primordial energy, accidentally ramming into each other all at once. After they said energy was trying to assemble itself creatively, these ingredients created a sentient mass of dark matter, a creature purely made of primordial energy. After X was born, he explored the recesses of subspace, floating in the darkness as a giant blob of pure dark energy with two red eyes. Suddenly, X discovered a dimensional window that revealed Earth and all its contents. It is here that X learned about humans and Sonic the Hedgehog, and right then and there, he was utterly fascinated by both. Mostly by Sonic, who he was smitten with. X then copied Sonic's very image and formed a suitable body that would house all his energy. A body that all in the universe would remember. After he revealed his body, his eyes experienced a great pain and started to bleed, a distinguishable birthmark. X was seemingly unshaken by the pain his eyes felt and instead laughed, his very first laughter echoing through a void. Testimonial example that X was born as something that can be considered pure evil. X decided that all the living creatures on Earth, mainly humans, were meant to be under his control, and that he was born to have all of humanity to himself and himself only, until the very end of time.
Found you.
He needed to have a place to keep them all in, a world they, in his view, would live forever in harmony, with him as their king, a world where he was a god. This is how he discovered his true power. X can manipulate reality in any way he desires. With his reality warping powers, he was able to create his own dimension in a matter of hours. The way he created the layout of his world was by creating rooms in it, many of them being based off the levels in Sonic the Hedgehog video games. Example being Hill Act 1, based on Green Hill Zone from Sonic the Hedgehog, albeit in his own sinister style. After creating the basis for his world, X grew more egomaniacal after his powers, viewing his creativity as superior beyond all else. He was really eager to have humanity under his command, hoping to show them all how wonderful his newly built home looked. Unfortunately, X learned that he did not truly exist in the other universe, and thus was not able to access the human world very easily. He was, however, able to channel some of his powers into it. X used his powers to find a way into the human world, and found a suitable alternative through an unknown computer programmer. This programmer was highly skilled at what he did, and X believed him to be his ticket to his glory. With his powers, X influenced the programmer to create a computer game that would serve as a temporary doorway between our world and X's. The final tool required to make such an object is a sample of X's own essence, so he could have full control over the system of the game within. X sent out a piece of his dark power to the human world, which arrived into the game in a manner similar to that of a meteorite. The newly made game disc survived the resulting explosion, though by the shard of power, but the programmer was nowhere to be found, and thus presumed dead. The piece of X's power is said to have made a huge X-shaped crater when it landed. X began his soul collecting when the disc started getting handed down person to person. Every time a human inserted the disc and downloaded the game, X gained full access into that person's computer, and in turn, total control over it as well. So starting Sonic.Exe, you are welcomed with a screen of a red sky and 3 characters to choose from, Tails only being the one you can start with. When you start the game, Tails appears in Green Hill, however it's called Hill, and your objective is to walk all the way to the right and meet Sonic, or so you think it's Sonic. Once Tails comes close to him, Sonic will turn around and reveal he is Crimson. Once Crimson reveals himself, you'll be teleported to Hide and Seek. Hide and Seek is a forest on fire. In here, Tails will look more afraid, and you'll be forced to move to the right again and just run. Once you run far enough, Crimson will start appearing on your screen, and then his chase music will start. Crimson will start chasing Tails, and your objective is to run from him. However, running is futile. Crimson will then reappear, telling him,
I will eat your heart.
You'll then be taken back to the menu, where you can play as Knuckles now, and you could see that Tails is dead. Playing as Knuckles, you get taken to You Can't Run, which is also Chemical Plant, where, again, you'll have to go to the right. Going to the right enough, static will start appearing on your screen, and eventually, Crimson will be in front of you. However, he'll be in a more shadowy form. Your objective is to fight him. However, every time you try to attack him, he will just end up dodging it and appearing behind you. Eventually, after fighting for a while, Knuckles will get tired and collapse.
You will die at my hands. So many souls to play with. So little time. Would you agree?
You get taken to the menu after this one last time to select your only character left, Dr. Robotnik. Starting the level as Robotnik, you get taken to ... You'll have to go to the right again, going down a bunch of stairs until you reach the very bottom, where Crimsonx will await you, and then you'll get static on your screen. After a while of the static, Crimsonx will be on your screen with the statement, I am God. Static will appear on the screen again, and you'll get a game over screen, showing Crimsonx dragging Tails to the victory ring. Or, depending on the version of the game, it'll be a picture of him with all the victims dead behind him. Same with the I am God screen. Statics appear on the screen again, and you'll get Japanese writing on the screen. This text, being translated, translates to, there's a way to release ourselves, a spell to obtain our souls once more, but we must speak it. But when we speak, no sound. We are all deaf, so failure is inevitable, and I regret ever entering my eternal bet. With the devil inside of me, immortality versus soul snatching. Gary Crook versus Jake Shanley. Ambition is overrated. Now, for the most part, that's the whole game. That is Sonic.Exe. However, there's a secret ending. When you start the level as Tails, walking all the way to when the music stops, and you see all the dead animals, walk all the way back to the start. Eventually, static will appear on your screen, and you'll go onto an unknown stage. In this unknown stage, you have to pass through it until you get to a little pit where you could see Sonic at the bottom. Jump down to meet Sonic, and the game will tell you the fires await. Once you're taken back to Hill, go all the way to the left again, and you'll see a grey ring waiting for you. Now, finish the level like you would previously with Tails dying, and start the Knuckles level. With Knuckles, you could go straight to the left without doing anything else, and jump down the hole. Once you go there, the game will completely glitch out, and you'll get taken to the FFFFF stage, which looks all trippy and disorienting. Crimsonx will leave you some messages. You're fun to play with, but this is my world. Won't be long now. Soon you will be joining us. Are you listening? You're next. Once you see the "You're next" text, you'll be taken back to the start of the Knuckles level. Again, go to the left, grab the black ring, and finish the level like you would. Finally, playing as Robotnik, go to the very first step of the staircase. Don't go down. If you go down, you need to completely restart all of this. Go to the very edge of this first step, and then run all the way to the left again. Once you do this, you'll get taken to another unknown stage, where you'll have to walk to the right. And Crimsonx will tell you more things. Why do you keep fighting? My game has only just begun. Static will appear on the screen and you'll get taken back to the ... level. Again, go back to the left, grab the ring, and finish the game. You know you've done this right when the Japanese text is now translated on the screen. After this, the screen will change and you'll now be playing as Sonic. As Sonic, you have to go to the right, where Crimson will talk to you. You had a chance to comply, but now you've come too far. Can you hear them? They're trying to tell you something. Oh, playing with them was such fun. Almost as fun as you. There was Gary and Jake and Kyle and Alice and so many more. It's time your soul joined theirs, Alex. I bet I just scared someone so bad saying that name. I know there's one person watching this video who just got like a fright from that. Anyways, after that, a Sonic.Exe head will slowly fade into the screen, where Sonic disappears, and then more Japanese text will appear on the screen. Translated, it says, "I was killed in a raging massacre until all my strength was gone. I killed, and yet they torture me more, only to die for the devil's enjoyment." And the wiki stating, "We can assume the soul of the player has now entered the Sonic vessel." And that's the end of Sonic.Exe. The original Crimsonx story kind of ends here. Anyways, that's all there really is to say about Crimsonx. A fairly short story for him, and honestly, I'm happy with that. That's all I need. A nice short story for my favorite EXE ever made, and I just really like it. But yeah, that was Crimsonx, my favorite Sonic.Exe variant, and thank you all for watching, as usual. Thank you for 3,000 subscribers, by the way. I woke up to that this morning and was absolutely blown away. So, thank you. I really appreciate it. And I hope to see you in my next video, whatever that will be. Anyways, thank you for watching my video. I'll see you in the next one.